Today we'll be teaching you a bit about horse riding. We will focus on the sitting positions and preparing the horse.
The first thing you do before you ride is brushing your horse. Before you can brush, you have to tie him to something with a safety knot. This is done to make sure the horse doesn't walk away when trying to brush him. The first thing you clean is the hooves. You can run your hands down the horse's leg and squeeze the tendon so he lifts his leg. Use your free hand to hold the hoof once he lifts it up. Take the hoof pick and pick out the dirt in the heel triangle. Make sure you don't pick in the frog, because that's very sensitive. Brush off the dirt on the rest of the hoof with the brushed side of the hoof pick. Now brush out the mane and tail. We use a hairbrush you'll normally buy for a human, because that works very well too. Use a plastic or rubber currycomb to remove hard dirt. It's used in straight brushes that go with the hair flow. This brush can't be used on the face and legs because they are too sensitive. Now use a dandy brush, also called a hard brush, to remove any loose dirt and hair. All the dirt is loosened up by the currycomb, so this brush can easily brush it off. You can also brush the legs with this, but don't use it on the head. The last brush you use is the soft brush. You can use it to brush the head and to make the horse shiny. Now we'll put the saddle on. First you lay the saddle pad a bit too far forwards and you slide it back till it lays well on the back. Hold the middle of the saddle pad that's lying under the saddle already and pull it up into the hole of the saddle to make room for the back to move. Now attach the strips on the front of the pad to the girth punches and take the girth through the girth strip in. Hold the middle of the saddle. Take the stirrup down and check if it's the right length. It's the right length if it's the length of your fingertops to your armpit. Now we'll put in the bridle. You can ride with or without a bit. This bridle has a bit. This metal thing, which you put in the mouth, is called the bit. This bridle is bitless. As you can see, it has less straps and has no bit. We will show you how to put in a bridle with a bit because it's more difficult, but we'll ride with a bitless bridle. Click open the halter and slide it over the neck, so the head is free but the horse can't walk away. Now put the reins over the neck and stand on the left side of the horse's head. Hold the bit in your left hand and slide it into the mouth. Put your finger in the side of the mouth if the horse doesn't open it by himself. Make sure you put your finger on the end of the horse's mouth because there aren't any teeth there. Slide the crown piece over the horse's ears and fasten all the straps. Make sure there's room for a fist under the throat latch and 2 fingers under the rest of the straps. Make sure the reins are over the neck and not crossed. Hold the reins just under the head. You're ready to ride now.
First, we are going to tell you how to mount a horse. Mounting a horse basically means getting on top of the horse's back. Make sure you have a stool with you. Place the stool on the left side of the horse and step onto the stool. Put your left foot into the stirrup and hold the rein in your left hand and hold the back of the saddle with your right hand. Swing your right leg over the back of the horse and sit down gently. Make sure you don't plump down in the saddle too hard. While you are doing this, make sure you are always holding onto the rein with at least one hand. Now we are showing you how to walk with the horse. When you want to start walking, you should give your horse a sign. It's called giving aids. You push very softly in his belly with your foot. Then the horse should know to start walking. To send the horse into the right direction, you can pull softly onto the rein to the direction you want to go. So when you want to go to the left, you pull on the left side of the rein. You can use the rein as well to slow down the horse or to completely stop moving. Your position basically needs to be straight. Your shoulders, hips and feet should be vertically in one straight line. Also, you need to put your toes into the stirrup facing to the horse, so the toes face to the inside. You push your heels down. Your hands need to lay in front of you and try to keep them from moving too much. The rein needs to be held short, so you need to keep contact with the mouth of the horse. Hold the rein between your pink and ring finger and make fists with your hand at the same time. There are two positions we are going to show you with the trot. We have the rising trot and the sitting trot. First, we are showing the rising trot. You first need to make sure that you're in the right position as explained and showed before. Then, give aids a little bit by giving a little push in the belly of the horse until he starts to trot. When the horse started trotting, you basically need to move with the horse by standing a little up at the first step and at the next step sitting down again. So going up, down, and so on. You can feel the rhythm of the horse's movements, so eventually you don't really have to think about what you need to do anymore. Still, one thing you need to think about when you are riding in an arena or in circles, you have to look at the legs during the rising trot. The outside leg, so the leg that is the closest to the fence of the arena, needs to be in front when you stand up during the trot. Now we are going to show you the sitting trot position. With this trotting position, you just have to stay in the saddle as still as possible by moving with the horse's movement. You need to make sure that your position is right, like explained and showed before in this video. And just try to stay firmly in your saddle by pushing your knees against the saddle. And don't move very loose in the saddle. Move with the movements of your horse. This will go easier if you slightly lean back, not too much. First, the sitting gallop. This position is basically that you keep sitting in the saddle and just move with the horse's movement. To go from trotting to galloping, you first need to start with the sitting trot position. When you're in the sitting trot, you need to give aids and then the horse should know to start galloping. With the sitting gallop, you need to stay put in the saddle and move your body with the movement of the horse. Only one thing you still need to think about when you're galloping in a circle or in an arena. You need to look at the legs of the horse, just like the trotting. The last position in this video is the standing gallop. This position is used for very quick galloping, and then it is best to do it in a straight line without a lot of too much turns. But when you have started galloping in the sitting position, you need to make sure that you are sitting right in the right position, like explained and showed before in this video. Then you grip with your knees and rise up by standing in your stirrups. Your lower leg and heel is where your balance comes from. So make sure that you lean into the stirrups and grip your knees against the saddle.
This concludes our instructional video. We hope you learned something and liked it.